theandreview.com.
Every time the beat drop.
Hello everyone! We are back. We are live. It is 7:08 p.m. and you are joining us for Save and Continue. We are coming to you live from the InRavio studios in lovely New York, and we are talking about video games, tech, the internet, all that fun stuff you love. My name is Kyle. That's Frankie. That is James.
I'm sad today.
Why are you sad?
Frankie killed a bird.
You killed a bird?
On our way here.
You
He hit it
killed
with
a
his
bird on
car.
your way here?
He didn't even try to dodge.
I actually forgot.
Dodge! Seriously?
Yeah, no, seriously.
I thought it was like a cardboard. I thought it was a piece of cardboard that hit the windshield.
I'm forever scarred, people.
That's
forever
really
scarred.
really depressing.
Yeah, no, I actually forgot I even did that. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna sit here
Why
and
would,
cry
why would
this
you bring
entire
that up
episode.
now? Well, we start the show and it just goes, yeah.
It's supposed to be a happy episode.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a happy episode. So E3 has wrapped up earlier today. It is just finished. We are officially over, and without jumping aboard the hype train, I was really impressed with this E3. I thought we got a lot of stuff.
I thought it was great.
Last year was kind of, I felt like, because it's sort of on the down spiral to a lot of people, and I thought we got a lot this year.
It was
quite a bit.
It was lukewarm.
Nintendo was terrible. As
Well, the
usual.
Nintendo press conference was a...
Well, yeah,
Frankie was
before we-
benching it, just like that little bird.
Before we nitpick about it, I was entertained by E3 this year more so than I have been in the past couple of years.
That's what I mean.
I thought
Yeah.
PlayStation did awesome. They
did a great job.
Their entire set through was amazing.
Everyone did a pretty good job. I think what the big thing about this E3 was a lot of surprises. A lot of stuff I didn't see coming from like Kingdom Hearts 3 and
actually
the
kinda
Final
wanna play that
Fantasy
game.
VII remake, which we'll talk about later. But I don't even play Final Fantasy, and even when I saw that, I was like, what?
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier. We were like,
Well,
Bombs were dropped.
Yes, bombs
This
were
E3.
definitely dropped. But again, just knowing that was just like, wow, I know a lot of people have been looking for that, and that's just incredible. Because
Yeah.
apparently that's the best of the Final Fantasy series, compared to a lot of people.
I've never played it, so I can't
Never
really say
played it.
anything about
It depends on who you're asking.
Okay.
It's definitely the most infamous.
I feel like the consensus is, oh, Final Fantasy VII.
Final Fantasy VII for me was it was a gateway. It was a gateway Final Fantasy.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
So
Makes
there's a lot of
sense.
nostalgia behind me loving Final Fantasy VII, and I still really admire it. And I am personally, I'm beyond
Ecstatic.
words.
Do you
Yeah,
say
I
that you
am
moved on
ecstatic.
to
I am
bigger
ecstatic.
and better games since it's a gateway for you?
Yeah. Are you into
Are
heavier
you into
games now?
heavier games? Do you play really hardcore
Really
games?
hardcore games?
You know, I did love 7, then I went to 8, and that's when things got a little.
Oh man,
You
dude.
can't go to 8, man.
Yeah.
Self-restraint,
Yeah, I
you know?
But listen, things got better after I hit 9. So.
He went to counseling.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna talk about all the E3 stuff, literally tons. If we waited, there'd be tons of information.
Yeah, we gotta
talk
get to
about.
this, definitely.
We're gonna get into it. Before we do, though, or I should say rather, Frankie was representing Save and Continue and the InRavio TV network at EternalCon on Long Island this weekend. Now, this ran from Saturday and Sunday, correct?
It was Saturday and Sunday. We
Yes.
we went the first day, and we were actually there all day. And it was a lot of fun. It was my first experience interviewing, and I would totally do it again. I met a lot of cool people.
I got to edit the footage. It seemed like a blasty blast, 100%.
Well,
Tell them about the lightsaber guys.
Oh, we'll get to all that. Yeah, we met a lot of cool people, and I was telling James on the way here, New York Jedi is this group of people based out of New York City,
Got me so
and
wet.
they have a crew that they work with choreography with lightsaber fighting.
Yes,
and
I got to look at it.
They
It's
make
so
their own
cool.
stories, and they play out these stories on stages in
Dripping
front of
right
people.
Ah, it was
and
so
I was
awesome.
telling James about it, how really it was cool. They were just such nice people.
I had a
They were-
seizure in the car, people. I had a
he
seizure
got
in
really
the car.
excited. So New York Jedi, we got somebody for you over here. We got a recruit. So
Well,
this
I mean,
guy's a
it
lady
makes
company.
sense. James has been offered jobs to go to conventions and play a
His
Wookiee
Wookiee
because his Wookiee
costume.
costume is
Yep.
out of this world. We mentioned it a couple times.
Yeah,
on the
what-
show.
But I'm short and fat, so they don't like me anymore.
But he almost got it to the show today, but he
Yeah.
dug it out and it was like filthy apparently.
There's leaves.
Leaves and
I had
just
to hide from a
alcohol.
bunch of stormtroopers, you know.
But yeah,
I don't want to be a
EternalCon,
slave.
EternalCon, I got to look through the footage. It looked like an awesome time. I got to go to New York Comic Con, thankfully, as part of Save and Continue last year, and that was great. So I didn't even know a Long Island one existed. So really cool to see such a local one. We actually have a very quick 2-minute Cradle of Aviation in Garden City, I believe.
Really?
Where it was? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that place is awesome.
Yeah, it was really close.
Yeah,
local.
it was a cool atmosphere. Airplanes and everything were around.
Yeah. But we got to edit a really quick, like 2.5-minute sizzle just to get the gist of the whole event.
Sizzle.
So we're gonna run that right now. This is Frankie at EternalCon
First time seeing
2015.
Prepare yourselves.
Prepare yourself.
We are at 2015 EternalCon, and I'm with Amanda.
Hello.
And what are you playing as today?
I am cosplaying as Ryuko Matoi from Kill la Kill.
I'm on a show called Save and Continue, and one of my co-hosts, Kyle, has been telling me to watch Kill la Kill in front of any other anime, like right away. What makes you love Kill la Kill so much?
Well, I'm uncomfortable wearing anything like a bathing suit, and she starts out really uncomfortable because her outfit is nothing. And
I didn't notice.
you have to get used to it, and she gets used to her costume.
This is Frankie with In Radio TV Network and Save and Continue, and I'm with Michael and Sarah. And we have here Women of Armageddon. Now, what do you want to tell me about this? Because it seems like there's a lot to say.
Basically, Women of Armageddon is a concept that I came up with in 2012 when the world was supposed to end. And I just thought, well, what's going to happen to Victoria's Secret and the Swimmer Illustrated calendar? And immediately, I kind of, being a science fiction fan, I came up with this Mad Max meets Victoria's Secret imagery in my head. And it just came to life. And it's been about 4 years now that we've been doing calendars. Last year, I actually even did Men of Armageddon, because as much as the women always even love Women of Armageddon, the question is always, well, where's the Men of Armageddon?
So how do you feel that Mad Max, the latest Mad Max, pretty much stole your idea of using Victoria's Secret models?
People say that all the time.
Yay!
I'm really impressed, Frankie.
Excellent job.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
Good first.
You're not a failure.
This is your first outing, right? It's like doing interviews
It
and
was
such.
my first time doing interviews.
First
so
time he's left his house in 5 months.
it was a little rough. Yeah. It was a little rough in the beginning, but by the end of the day, I was natural at it. So I definitely want to do that again.
It's cool. Yeah, we got a ton of
pretty
more
cool.
footage of that I was
Yeah.
unfortunately unable to have.
I really
have
like
time
the
to have.
vibe in there. Like, that place just looked amazing.
Yeah, it really, honestly, just the gist I got from looking at the footage was it really was just like a smaller kind of
small
New York, a
little
more
Comic-Con.
humble New York Comic Con.
Yeah.
Oh, we get to use the bell. Yay! Follower
I
bell.
don't know what that means.
Thank you. Every time someone follows, we hit the bell
I
so
hit
that
the
they
bell?
know they did a good job. This is a follow from our friend from last week, Goat Milk Awareness. Someone joined the Twitch chat.
It wasn't me this time.
Saw
Thank
him
you,
with the
buddy.
goat milk. It's good. Every time he's here, he's got to bring goat milk now, and then changed his name to Goat Milk Awareness.
That's
so thank you,
Fantango.
Goat Milk Awareness.
That is Fantango.
You're a good dude. But yeah, it really. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but EternalCon just kind of. It seemed very laid back, very kind of fan run, sort of like we're New York Comic Con. It's a little more official, a little more structured.
I mean, I obviously can't compare because I've never been to New York Comic Con.
Sure.
This is really my first true con. I've
Oh,
been to
really? Wow.
I've been to a con a few years ago. I forget what it was called.
That was
but,
a sci-fi one at like Stony Brook or something.
Yes.
Yes.
I
I
forget the
remember.
name of it. Yeah.
Sci-fi
but
Yeah, they don't do that anymore apparently.
they don't.
I don't
know.
think they
Yeah,
do.
but
No.
it was
The
cool.
government
it was
shut
pretty,
them down, man.
it was condensed. You know, there was a lot in a small space.
Sure. Well, it's a much smaller convention. Again, it's unofficial Comic-Con too. They call themselves Comic-Con, but they're really not allowed to. Like, every state pretty much has a Comic-Con.
Well, see, when you told me that, I thought they were affiliated with the New York Comic Con.
No.
But then I realized, oh, it's still a Comic Con.
Sure.
You know, so duh.
They're not Candy Crush. They
I like
can't
that Kill la
trademark
Kill
the name.
cosplay.
You know?
That was really cool.
Yes, that's funny because when I went to New York Comic Con, my favorite cosplayer had also dressed up as Kill la Kill, but he was a much larger African American man, and his costume was awesome though. Like it really was just over the top great. Yeah. But yeah, would you recommend it again to anybody else at TournaCon? Was it fun?
Yeah, sure. It was good time. I mean, what I really
How many video games are there compared to comics?
Okay, there wasn't a lot of gaming stuff.
Sure, a lot of Star Wars.
You know,
so Mandalorian out there.
It was mainly like me. If I haven't already, made it obvious on this show, I don't know much about comics. You know, that's kind of.
I'm just getting into them now.
Comics. Really? I'm more video games through and through, movies, TV shows, everything like that. But there was a lot of great comic artists there, both established and new. And we have some footage. I don't think we're going to show it today, but we have some more footage of really cool, art that I saw there.
Frankie went way backstage for an interviews.
But we got a ton of more.
Great to have you on the show again, James.
Yay!
He's the comedic relief. We're gonna have a ton more of that footage. Hopefully, we're gonna show more and more as we go on. We're gonna have. Hopefully, I'm trying to build up an archive so that we can have a cosplay special because we have a ton of footage from New York Comic Con last year that we have not used, and I'm sure we got a ton from EternalCon. So we're gonna have maybe one episode just like show all the coolest cosplay we saw because that's like really impressive.
Well, and that's what I was gonna also mention. I want to do cosplay next time I do.
Yes,
totally.
New York Comic Con when we go to there this year. Hopefully, we can cosplay.
I already have an idea, but I don't want to spoil the surprise.
Oh, you told me this. It'll work. I got a couple of myself. But you know what we should get into? We're going to go to a commercial break soon, but let's at least get it started with E3 2015 has concluded today. It worked out timing-wise perfectly.
It ended today?
It ended today.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. The live streams ended today, and I'm sure there's actually a little bit going on currently right now, I'm sure. But the big press conferences are over, and we have our main bulk of information, and a lot has been released. And again, I think this is one of the better E3s we've had just because there's so much.
There was a lot. There was a lot that they just threw in your face.
They just threw it in there, yeah.
It was personally more exciting to me. Like I said, I don't expect much from E3 anymore. I don't get the same excitement from hearing about it like I used to, but there's always something that comes out of it that I'm like, wow.
And I remember when we were younger, we were just like, E3 is coming on, just get like a
buttload
of junk food, soda, and just sandwiches.
Those are the glory days of E3 when they showed it on TV on G4, and those are the glory days where it's just like that was like over the summer when this is back when we didn't have jobs. We were still in high school, so we were actually able to.
I had a job.
We actually able to in high school?
Yeah, I don't have a job.
Oh, whatever. Yeah, but we basically we would reserve our days to go home and watch the E3 shows on G4.
Mom, I got the flu. I'm gonna go home.
Right?
And watch
It was
E3.
basically our Super Bowl. Goat Milk Awareness Arc. Is that a game I believe that you're showing it at E3?
Arc.
That's not the dinosaur one, right? Because that came out a while ago. Yeah, these are the pictures from EternalCon that I love.
Yeah, great one.
Nice
Very
face.
flattering.
Nice.
Awesome.
That's when he was asking to go backstage.
Can we go back to the other picture though? Because I brought this up for a reason. This was my favorite group that I saw from the footage, just because they nailed a bunch of different.
Was this Silent Hill?
That is Silent Hill, Pyramid Head on the left.
Nice.
I believe that's the guy on the far right is.
What is he thinking?
What's that?
Homestar Runner.
Homestar Runner.
Wow, throwback.
And then the girl in the green is from that TV show.
Just failing at life.
About
Daria?
Daria, yes.
Daria. Oh my God.
Yeah, remember?
I don't know how I remember that.
That's why, because I'm watching it, I'm like, oh. Yeah, Goat Milk Awareness Arc is actually out for beta right now. You can catch a ton of the live streams on Twitch. It's like a Minecraft survival game with dinosaurs. You basically build an army of dinosaurs. Really cool.
The things I would do with an army of dinosaurs.
Oh man, well this game makes it happen because
a
it's
lot
just
of people
right there.
would not be my friend.
I imagine they would be, yeah. But it comes out for PS4 next June. That's cool.
Nice.
So console gamers get it. Yeah, James, you should pick that up. It really is cool.
Frankie, Goat Milk Awareness.
Let's kick this off. What we think
moving on. That's another one right there, though. Well, that was a big announcement. Actually, I was very excited for was Arc coming for PS4. A lot more console games are getting more attention now, especially from the PC. That things that are focused on PC transferred to consoles. Let's talk about a few things before commercial break. Shenmue 3. Holy crap! So Shenmue 3 has been confirmed, and it's on Kickstarter, and it's kicking ass on Kickstarter. Is it done? Did it reach its goals? I can't remember.
Jeez,
did it? Did it exceed?
Listen, the
I have no
Kickstarter
idea what
goal.
this is.
The Kickstarter goal.
Shenmue? You know what Shenmue is?
No, should I?
God, it's like Half-Life 3 legendary.
It hit 2 million in a day, and then it went past
So
that.
nuts.
It's still gaining a lot of money, and the pledge money.
nuts.
I think one of them, like if you put $10,000 in, you get like a dinner with the creator.
I hope.
Yeah, there was this joke.
That's the start of my night for 10 grand. I'll say that.
There was this joke story going around, and I really hope it was a joke, that somebody sold their kidney to donate the money to Shenmue 3. It
hope
wasn't
to God that's a
real. No
rumor.
way in
It was
hell.
probably Rocco Bodie from Mega 64.
Oh, he went crazy. I actually
Oh
saw
yeah.
the reaction.
Like, how many videos have they made about like they made a goof
I think
video
they made
about
some Shenmue
Shenmue
video,
being
yeah.
made like years ago. I think.
But the whole thing about Shenmue, it was kind of one of those
You'll have
things
to Google this
that
later.
if there was any surprise like at E3, I would say Shenmue 3 was the biggest surprise. Me personally, I was excited about it not because of myself, but because I know people that I vicariously felt it through, the excitement.
word.
You basically just summarized Final Fantasy. the
Yeah,
7
right.
now.
Final Fantasy
More or
VII.
less, it's
like
exactly what I felt.
Final Fantasy 7 made me excited more than anything.
Yeah.
But Shenmue 3 being revealed made me excited for friends of mine.
Will you pick it up? Maybe not. But can you appreciate that moment?
Well,
yeah,
what they're
can.
probably going to do, I wouldn't doubt it. 'cause
Yeah,
this is
you
what
can.
this is what companies are doing nowadays. They're probably going to re-release Shenmue 1 and 2 as a HD remake or whatever
take it.
or update. And then when 3 comes out, people will be updated. Because I am interested in Shenmue. I know it was way ahead of its time. I really don't know much about it other
For
than that.
Dreamcast, correct?
I forget.
Oh my
I
God,
believe it
Dreamcast.
was.
I know
I believe it was for
Sega system.
Dreamcast.
Yeah. But
I'm not
I can see
I'm
my
just
cousin
happy
still
it's-
got that
it's-
console.
if
I
you
would
can
so
get a
grab it off
Dreamcast,
his hands.
I would totally play Dreamcast if
I
you
think I
had
remember
one.
playing Sonic a lot on that.
Yeah, there was a lot of Sonic games on. It's a great Dreamcast. We won't get into that because it's E3. But before we go to break, Oculus Touch. You guys aren't going to care about this,
man.
but I'm really excited. Basically, and Kotaku did an article on this, and they basically summarized my exact first impressions. Was basically Oculus Rift has announced / demoed their new touch controllers or touch handles for their Oculus Rift.
So you hold it like
basically,
this?
it's like almost like the PlayStation Move controllers, but they have this wristband around it where it all has infrared cameras like mocap, so it detects when you're gripping it, when your fingers are actually touching the button, and apparently it's just the pinnacle of using your hands in VR right now.
Right,
Like,
right.
apparently
That's
it's seamless. It really makes you
So
feel
let's
like
say
you can
like
grab
you
it.
have those handles. It'll
Yes.
act like in virtual world that you're like maybe holding a sword or a gun.
Yeah. But like they had that existing
me
already. What's the
excited.
beauty of these guys is like the controllers sense when your hands are on them. It
No,
sense
that's
what your
ridiculous.
fingers are doing. Like, you
That's what
can
I'm
grip
saying.
things in reality. And this is where it gets a little convoluted because again, Kotaku did this article and they summarized it perfectly for me. Is them announcing Oculus Touch is exactly why I will not be getting Oculus Rift when it is first released, or anytime very close to when it's first released. Oculus Rift will be launching officially with an Xbox One controller.
I was going to say the new
That's
Xbox One
great.
controller. the new
But I
one.
hear all I can hear about is after
Yeah, but that
people
touch.
use the Oculus Touch,
You
there's
don't wanna
just
even
no
touch the
going
Rift.
back. So honestly, at this point, I might just wait till they come out with the package where the Oculus Rift
Oh my
is
God, dude!
released.
Sword Art Online is coming
the
along
touch.
soon. I can't wait. It's
reality.
dude.
Man.
Imagine.
Man.
Oh, you mean like the idea of it?
I actually
what they
heard
did-
very poor things about Long Horizon Season 2. Very poor things.
Yeah, well,
I don't know
I
the same.
didn't even finish the last episode.
I gotta still watch the season 1. That's all I heard.
It was
But
cool. It was
I
cool.
was genuinely planning on getting an Oculus Rift in the very near future because I'm super excited about VR.
Just like
even
that
if I'm
PC,
not-
right?
I actually built it. It's all good to go. I ordered it.
When did this happen?
A couple days ago, I ordered it.
Oh, okay.
It's in
wow.
the mail, baby.
I can't make fun of you for it.
Oh, it's
anymore.
it's a gaming rig. It's gonna be a beast. Dude. I'm so excited. And I was
I'm
gonna be like, you know
upload a
what?
virus onto it and screw up everything.
Do you know how much spyware software?
You can't even give me that much credit. I wouldn't even know what the hell.
And a
I'm doing.
virus, I mean baseball.
What?
bat.
Oh, to sabotage your system, I would have no idea.
Just take a hammer to it.
Like,
Just-
oh,
just-
Kyle, it's not. I would just
put a magnet next to the case. And
pull the plug. Like, Kyle, it's not working. Oh, it's unplugged.
A few more things before we go to break, just things that we don't have to talk about more than. Dota 2 has been announced that announcers will be released for Dota 2. The voice actors of the show Rick and Morty by Dan Harmon.
I love
will
that
be
you bring
voicing
that up.
Dota
You
2.
bring that up over everything that we were about to talk about.
Awesome.
It is
And
incredible.
We got
It is.
Mr. Meese's in it. So
Who's
basically,
this?
Mr. Meese's.
it's
Mr.
Rick and Morty
Meese's.
more or less announcing the game as they play it. You're like, oh, come on, Morty. Oh, Rick, they got a pentakill. Calm down, Morty. You gotta calm down, Morty. It's
Oh,
perfect.
God, I
it's
love that
beautiful.
show.
We're gonna go to a quick break and we're gonna talk about a whole bunch more E3
Hepatitis
stuff.
C is attacking.
Just Cause 3, Battlefront, Edge of Nowhere, Nintendo's crappy presser, the new Doom game, tons of more stuff. when we come
Fallout
back.
4, baby.
Fallout 4, a whole bunch about Fallout 4. We're gonna take a quick break. Stay with us, save and continue. We'll be back in a couple seconds. Bow, 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 bow.
Hey, this is Chris Lester Jake, and if InRavio.com spots you at an event wearing this bracelet, they will give you $100.
This is Joe Larson. You should check out the 505 on Racing Show live every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or catch us on video on demand anytime, 24/7, only on the InRavio TV network.
Hello, welcome back, everyone. We are still live. We are still here, still talking about E3 and all the hecticness that just happened. Thanks to everybody that is in the chat right now, chatting it up. Hit that follow button. Why not?
Do it.
It's not gonna hurt.
Do it.
Just hit it so that you don't get notified when we have a show.
I'll give you a cookie.
Care. He'll give you a cookie. He will actually send you a letter. It's going to be gross and soggy by the time you get it.
Actually, it'll just be a naked picture of me and a cookie.
Even
better.
Wait. So it's a naked picture and you with a cookie?
Oh, it's just my face on a hot
No.
chocolate.
It's a naked picture of James eating the cookie.
Okay.
And the cookie's half eaten, and he sends you the other half.
Oh, yeah, I like it.
Picture.
So it's just like, oh my God, this is the cookie that James ate.
one.
Yes. Marketing, dude.
I love it. But we're back. We're talking about E3, all that fun stuff.
God.
What
is wrong with me?
A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff, James.
We don't have enough time in the hour for that. Right?
Oh yeah, that's a whole show in itself. Let's talk about Star Wars. Let's talk about Battlefront. Let's talk about how I was so ready to rule it out, and now I'm back on the bandwagon.
I told you, dude. Don't underestimate me.
Yeah, I agree.
Big Yella, yes, James is going to send you a cookie because you followed. Now,
Yay.
just type in your address, your social security
and
number.
what kind of cookie you like?
Yes, what kind of cookie
I can
you
make
like also.
sugar. I can make oatmeal raisin, sprinkles.
Battlefront 3.
He says that.
All right.
It's just going to be dirt in a ball.
So who wants to start?
All right,
I will start with Battlefront.
Okay,
I'm going to say this first. So I guess we actually can pilot the AT-AT, huh?
You can pilot
Really
the AT-ATs.
weird.
You can pilot the chicken walkers, man. You can pilot anything.
Chicken walkers? Is that their official
That's what they
name?
call them, the walkers.
Let's talk about how bad E3 was this year. We were just talking about how I don't think it really was. I mean,
hold on, one thing at a time.
Sure, okay.
Let's do one thing at a time.
That offended me.
Battlefront 3.
Battlefront 3. I was ready to rule this out.
No, just Battlefront.
Battlefront. Yeah, it was not Battlefront 3. It's just Battlefront.
Oh, really?
Completely different format.
All right,
Just
whatever. Battlefront. Go.
I was ready to rule it out, and then they kind of blew me away with the gameplay. From Hoth was just, again, well, I'll say this though. It was super scripted, very scripted. We talked about this too. Like, if you really think your experience is going to go like that trailer was, you're sorely mistaken.
No way. But
sorely mistaken.
I gotta say, the best thing, I love the graphics. They've got the graphics to a T on that.
They're gorgeous. They are gorgeous.
I like the fact that you can go in and out of first and third person.
Yes, I will admit, I was wrong about that. He said that, I'm like, that was
we knew that.
I didn't know that for
No,
long,
there was
actually.
a lot of talk saying that it was only going to be first person because DICE is making it. But I told Crunch in the beginning, yo, they're going to come out with a third person because that's how it always was.
Well, we talked about this. I think one of the first episodes we brought up Battlefront, we already knew that information. We already knew, I think we were
yeah, but he kept
talking
fighting
about
me. And this is what he does. He likes to
well,
fight me and test me.
Yeah, well,
and challenge my intelligence
It's not fun
about
without
things.
a conflict.
I have to say that ability to do that, go between the perspectives.
I think it's
that's
amazing.
That's one of my favorite things about the whole
Yeah,
game.
because I mean, people who play better first person, they're gonna feel more comfortable. Me, I like to play third person. You can ask him when we play two.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just all over the place.
And it changes the scope, kind of, you know?
It does.
Feeling.
Well, I brought it to James. It's, now I will actually, at least when it comes to us, I will actually stand a chance now when I play with James. James, for some odd reason, is just really good at third-person shooters. I don't know why, but the perspective just, Gears of War, Battlefront, he just crushes them for some reason. So now that I actually get to play in FPS, I actually stand a fighting chance to keep up with James. So that was my #1 primary awesome right there, because now I won't suck as much.
Still got a better shot at getting pregnant.
But so apparently the AT and ATs are playable. But again,
no, every vehicle in there, you can play on speeders, you can hop into
well, I mean, it's because they said that
X-Wing.
they weren't playable at first, which was frustrating to a lot of people. But again, if you actually played Battlefront 2 or 1 and played the AT-AT, you're not, unless you're going forward, there's not much to do in the thing. So I don't know.
I mean,
where
it's
the
just
uproar was
forward
at.
and just, you could stop and just like pick off people. Or shoot the generators, have fun with
Sure.
But I like the fact that they put them in Endor too. Sorry, Frank.
No. It's cool. I know you're gushing about this.
Dude, there's like
we're going to talk about the
oozing.
Division after Battlefront, so just hold off on those Division comments.
The thing about Battlefront, I mean, there was some debate before they actually showed all this gameplay footage because they showed us what they had, but it really wasn't true gameplay.
Yeah.
And
it was just,
and that was fine. You know, these companies do that. It's a teaser. That's exactly what it is. But I really think it goes to show. Sure, we have a right to be suspicious if games are going to live up to the quality that they are saying they're going to live up to.
Exactly.
Because over the years, we've been let down many different times.
Well, when they were coming out with the original Battlefront 3, dude, I was just like all in the zone. I'm like, I've played 2 for hours upon hours.
What I'm saying, what I'm trying to get
I
at
probably
here.
wasted a year of my life on that game.
This is another example of people that consider themselves gamers really being whiners. And I really like that DICE and everyone developing the game showed them that, hey, we actually have a quality game on our hands.
Oh, I got to go to the bathroom.
Motion, it's incredible. They absolutely hit out of the
speeder.
This is what they hit out of the park. The visuals.
The visuals are amazing. The graphics are insane.
It looks exactly like it was straight out of the movies from the original trilogy.
Like we were saying,
Tatooine. Hold on.
I'm glad you said that.
The tone of the colors, everything was so original Star Wars. I was so satisfied by that. And they could not have captured...
The death animations, too.
The
animations fall like, like they do in the movies.
The William scream.
The
Williams,
so amazing.
I was really... And this isn't coming from a huge Star Wars fan. I am a moderate Star Wars fan. I love Star Wars.
Massive.
And I know, you guys are bigger, but from what I saw, I was impressed. I definitely would play it. You could say...
I will get you to play it one day.
You could say the gameplay was scripted and everything, but... To be honest, it's a demo. You know, they're going to show the best parts of what the gameplay has to offer. You know, I wouldn't doubt that you're going to run into situations that seem really cinematic, because I feel like the best games are cinematic naturally.
Yeah, well, that's why they made the whole trailer seem as cinematic as possible.
Correct.
It's like you're playing a
right,
movie.
and there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm saying I hope it. I think most games would strive to be
I think it will be. A good first-person shooter creates those cinematic moments.
But did you see the Star Wars Battlefront trailer, the gameplay trailer they aired?
Of course I did.
Yes, it was
5-minute one.
It was all perfect. It was perfect.
But
some guy gets lifted up, and you're like, "What? Oh, Darth Vader's behind me."
Jesus, Vader, and then Luke's just like, "Don't worry, I am here."
The odds of that happening,
it doesn't. Yeah, but every demonstration is going to be like that.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
I'm saying, like, grain of salt with everything you see here is like.
But I'm pretty sure that's what the graphics is going to look like in the actual game. I'm very interested to see what they're going to do with Endor, though, because apparently there's a huge battle, like a huge battle map of Endor.
It's looking hot. Everything about the game is looking absolutely
beautiful. Say it again.
It's looking hot.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta sit in the middle
Sorry,
right
Star
now.
Wars gets me
Big
riled.
Yellow. We're talking about Star Wars Battlefront, the new one that are coming out, being produced by or developed by the guys DICE who made the Battlefield series and EA. Well, I don't want to make them depressed by saying EA, but it looks great. We got to move on because we got a ton of stuff to talk about. But it looks great. I can't wait for more stuff.
It needs to be November 17th.
We have one picture I did want to show though that gave me a little bit of a frustration. Bonnie, if you could put that up, not that guy. This is a picture showing the deluxe edition of the Battlefront. And if you look in there, can we make that full screen on everything? Basically, here are some of the things that basically pre-order bonuses and everything. So there at the bottom, celebrate your win in style and pump your fists in the air with this exclusive victory emote. So we gotta remember, through all the awesomeness that is that it is still being produced by EA, or it is still being published by EA, and we are still going to get this kind of crap. So just grain of salt, everyone.
Unfortunately, I got the deluxe one.
Grain of salt.
Does it really make or break the game?
No, it's a very
The only thing with the
bad
deluxe
start.
edition is that you get the maps 2 weeks before anybody who buys the actual game.
Sure, yeah. That to me is, okay, that's pre-order bonus. I mean, I don't pre-order anything anymore because out of principle, I'll wait for reviews. But
you yelled at me for it.
Well, yeah, you shouldn't be pre-ordering.
I know.
It's just,
you yelled at me.
You're paying
Stop yelling
for a
at me.
half-finished game.
Stop
you don't
yelling
have
at
to
me.
finish it because they have your money already.
Stop yelling.
But we're going to move on anyway. What do you want to talk about? Is there a game that captured your interest the most out of E3?
Okay.
Yeah.
They need to make a
So, out
Pokemon
of
game.
everything that I've seen come
We
out of
talked
E3,
about Battlefront, and that was basically our big...
I did.
No, he talking about Battlefront.
Well, was there anything else you'd like to say about it?
No, you pretty much stole
All
everything.
right, cool.
out
I
of
nailed
my
it. I nailed it.
Stole it out of his
Nailed
mouth.
it.
Stole it.
So,
Stole it.
out of
does look
everything
amazing.
that came out of E3 that I saw
Drink the
so
milk.
far, and I saw quite a lot. I watched the whole thing of Sony's conference, Microsoft conference. I saw Bethesda's conference. Fallout 4 stole the show for me.
Fallout 4.
Fallout
baby.
4 is ridiculous.
I knew that was going to happen from what they showed.
Never argue with Fallout.
No.
Yeah, when they showed the stuff pre-E3, I knew that, okay, whatever else they're going to show at E3 is absolutely going to knock it out of the park. It's probably going to steal the show for me, and it did. The mechanic that you could create your own shelter and your own base and have people work with you there, and you set up a defense, I couldn't believe that I was seeing that in a Fallout game. I could not believe that they were doing this.
Really, though.
And it blew my mind.
I thought that was pretty sick.
I don't say
You
this
got a lot
lightly.
of free range game in that game, man.
What?
You got a lot of free roam in that game.
Well, here's the thing. You have free
You thought
roam.
you did. Now you do.
Now
You do.
This game, you probably don't need any other game on your system if you play this right. You know, because there's so many freaking things you could do with it. You can not only explore, but you could create now. The only thing that could probably make this better for me personally is co-op. Throwing that in would just make this probably one of my favorite games of all time.
Do like an online co-op.
Yeah.
Let's talk about all the confirmed features of Fallout 4 here, because I have some cool stuff here. So basically, right off the bat, this excited me, probably pissed off a couple people. Your dog meat, is immortal in the game. It cannot be killed.
That's awesome.
Which is good.
I want to be an
because
immortal
anytime
dog.
he did go down,
You would
I
just
had
load
to
the
restart.
game.
I
You
had
would
to
load the game
restart.
over again.
But it's just a nice little feature where they're just
His
like,
name
you
is
know what?
Dog Meat?
Everyone is restarting it over and over again to save this dog's life. Let's just make him immortal. And I appreciate that. Customizable settlements, like you said, with barriers and guns and turrets. There's like a Minecraft similar a redstone system with electricity. You can set up telephone poles, which are running to generators, which
goodness.
are operated by switches, so that you can kill the lights and put them on. And flamethrower barriers too, because apparently your settlement gets attacked by creatures and raiders. What else we got here?
Just thinking about it is,
Customizable
like,
power
blowing my
armor.
minds.
Which I called as soon as we saw that trailer.
Yeah, you said this.
Well, I mean, again,
and even me,
pretty obvious.
I was even like, yeah, I don't know if they're gonna do that, and they did, and I was happy they did.
Yeah, big yellow. Again, if Fallout 4 was co-op or online, I could only imagine. Like,
Yeah.
an
It'd be
MMO is
ridiculous.
in the
But,
near
but
future.
we didn't mention something super, super crazy, and this is actually one of the biggest surprises out of E3 as a whole: the ability to use mods.
Yes, let's talk about
Fallout
that.
4. That is just bonkers to me.
You will be able to create mods on the PC and then load them onto your Xbox. And here's where things get really interesting. Game director Todd Howard said, "We're, quote, going to let players break the game." They're going to basically give you so much
Oh my
leeway
God.
because mods, when you add the wrong combination or you install it in the wrong way, can not break your game. It all requires
Not
a
literally,
restart.
it's not going to shatter your
But
disk.
it'll freeze your game up, and it's
Right.
basically just synonymous with PC modding, where it's just like, whoops, I put too much awesome in a game, and it can't run like that. But he's basically
too
saying there's
awesome.
going to be even a less of an approval system for consoles. So people are actually going to have even more free range with mods than they do on PC. That's crazy.
Are you sure about that?
That's from game director Todd Howard's mouth. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
Well,
going to at least attempt to give it more of a free range.
Well,
to
what I
players.
read is that they're still not going to approve things they wouldn't approve.
No. They're still going to cut out no nudity or third-party content.
Right,
so
right.
any
Man.
like Halo Master Chief skins, they said apparently you can submit them to these companies like Microsoft for approval, but
Right.
obviously you cannot post these third-party content.
it's cool, though.
Obviously no nudity.
This is game changing.
A couple more things. Face customization just got a whole lot crazier. They did away with sliders, period. It's all just a drag and drop system based on the face you control right there. Customizable female. You can play as a female now, which is a big deal for a lot of people as well. And then
I know you like that.
the collector's edition comes with a plastic Pip-Boy
how do we
that you
forget
can
this?
put on your arm. And here's the things that are even crazier. They are creating a downloadable app for your iOS and Android device that basically hooks up Wi-Fi to your console or PC so that it basically serves as your Pip-Boy in reality. So you can put this iPhone in a slot on your Pip-Boy and basically play the game and use this Pip-Boy in real life
That's
as
ridiculous.
opposed to it.
Now, question for you guys
Yes.
before we move on to the next game.
We gotta go to commercial real quick, so yeah, go.
Would you actually use that Pip-Boy while playing the game?
110% I would. I'm going to be downloading the
Hey, when
app
you had the
and I'll
app
have
for
it in front of me
Destiny.
doing that, even if I have to. I will duct tape it to my arm. That is the kind of stuff you got me with. Like that even if it's cheap and gimmicky, you got me.
When Destiny came out, this kid downloaded the app and was just
Yep.
like playing it, and he
Yep.
would use it while he was playing it.
I had like the timers to tell you when things were gonna get restarted and stuff. For League of Legends, I do the same thing. I love using third party or second screens. I love second screens.
It's cool. It's really cool.
really cool.
It's really cool, but honestly, just think about it.
It's
think
not
about, Think that
necessary.
you're holding the
No.
controller for a second, and you have this thing on your wrist. Are you really? Like,
yeah.
you got to take your hands off the controller
Why not?
anyway. I don't know. It's cool, but to me, I don't
My
think I would
logic
ever
is,
use
as
it.
soon as they said you're gonna get a Pip-Boy, I'm like, I'm gonna buy the collector's edition. And then they were like, you get to use it for something.
Yeah.
I was like, well,
No,
now I get to
it's
use
a
it.
really cool idea.
I'll be
I'm
getting
not
it.
opposed to it.
concept.
I just think
It's
it's
a great
something I
concept.
wouldn't
Great
use.
concept.
We're going to a quick commercial break. When we come back, still tons and tons of E3 things to talk about, including Metroid, oh god, and Ghost Recon,
Halo
The
5,
Division,
Halo
Doom,
5.
and Halo 5. Stick with us. Yes, Big Yell and Master Chief armor in Fallout would have been amazing. We'll talk about that when we come back. Stay with us. Save and continue. Still live. Still talking about E3.
What's up, guys? We're Scared No Fair, and we're here with Enravio. If they catch you at a show with one of these bracelets, you will win $100.
That's a lot of money.
So get a bracelet.
Do whatever it takes to get that. Hit them up online.
This is Joe Larson. You should check out the 505 on Racing Show live every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or catch us on video on demand anytime, 24/7, only on the Enravio TV network.
Welcome back.
We've missed you.
Save and continue
Jake, show me
here
a beer.
live. It's 7:45. We're talking about E3, all this fun stuff. I'm on my phone right now. Just wrapping up with Fallout 4. Tons of crazy stuff about it. The mods, the customizable power armor, the crazy amount of weapon customization that they have too. It's like over 700 options or something. They also announced, and it was released a while ago, Fallout Shelter, which is a game for the iOS, and it is very soon coming out to Android. I forgot the date, but I just read an article saying they already announced the release for it. It is amazing. It's an iOS game released by Bethesda, and it's basically called Fallout Shelter, and it basically you run your own shelter. It's one of those games like if you ever played Tiny Towers, where basically you build this area, then come back 20 minutes later when it's done and finish completing it. And it's just, I can't get too deep into it because it's a complicated game, but it's just so addicting. It's free, out on iOS right now, Fallout Shelter. It actually just surpassed Candy Crush for the #1 most downloaded game on the iOS
Candy
store.
Crush should just blow up.
What?
I hate Candy Crush.
No, but I mean, that game was on the #1 most downloaded for a long time. And this game just surpassed
people
it.
are
It's been out
terrible
for
at
a
games.
couple days, I think, not
My
even.
mom's addicted with that game. She's like, yeah, Candy Crush. I'm like, Mom,
Tell your
just-
mom to
just
stop.
go home.
Please.
You're drunk.
Just go home,
Put
Mom.
your drink down, Mom.
Let's talk about the Nintendo press conference real quick. Let's talk
not.
about how
Really
that
quick.
was.
Let's
that was
talk about
being-
it really quick.
Really
Let's
quick.
not.
Yeah.
That was being hyped up.
They need to make
be-
a Pokemon game.
They really do.
Yeah.
That was being hyped up for a long time, for the last couple of weeks, as being one of the. They thought that Nintendo was going to steal the show this year, basically with Star Fox and Metroid and all that stuff, and it ended up being a little lackluster. They announced Metroid Federation Force, and so if you were looking for Metroids or Samus, you're gonna be disappointed. Basically, it's going to be a 4-person co-op game where you do hunt space pirates for the 3DS. But
Blast Ball.
all they showed at E3 was a game mode called Blast Ball, which is basically a sport. It's a 3v3 playable sports game that's going to be included in 3DS. We won't get too negative about it because there's nothing fun about being negative. But oh boy, just
Should I start this one off?
I'm just not even going to talk about it.
Go for it.
All right, so I'm pretty numb.
Big Yellow. Yes, on Fallout Shelter, it builds instantly at first, but once you get to a further part in the game, like right now, I'm waiting a half hour just to finish the resources for one like water treatment plant. No one else is going to understand.
The hell are you talking about?
It's Fallout Shelter. Sorry. Continue. I pressed it, played it. Continue.
So Nintendo's conference in a nutshell was to me a letdown, as it was to a lot of people. Yeah. I personally thought that with all the IPs that Nintendo have at their disposal, all the different series, the wonderful game characters that we've become attached to over the years, they're not using them properly according to E3. You know, there's other conferences to come out throughout the year, so that's why I'm not, I'm not upset because we're going to see something more eventually, but they didn't really have much to show. They showed a couple Zelda games.
Yeah, well, who the
they
hell
showed
wants
the new
the
Star
crappy
Fox,
Legend of Zelda on the 3DS game?
Well,
Like,
hold on.
God.
Here's the thing
I'm
with
done with 3DS.
listen,
So sick
no,
of it.
The Zelda games on 3DS are really, really good. But I think that we need something.
Majora's Mask.
We need something a little different, and I want them to utilize. They're utilizing Star Fox now, which is cool, but it wasn't really what I wanted to see personally. It looked a little off to me.
Interesting.
Yeah,
It was interesting.
I was expecting
It's a
other
concept.
I was expecting other series like F-Zero. When we get to Metroid, I was expecting maybe a true Metroid sequel or a Metroid Prime
I would have
sequel.
taken a Metroid Prime remake for the Wii U, and you could have.
Well, remake
colored me happy.
Remake is unnecessary.
Colored you happy.
But
A lot of remakes are unnecessary, but it's still fun.
with Metroid, they kind of came out of left field with this spin-off game where it's kind of a play off of Metroid Prime Hunters, which came out years ago. And that was
Yeah,
kind of
again,
exciting.
and even they were like, it's going to be much more Metroid Prime Hunters, much less like Metroid Prime, and I was like, oh god, that's the wrong one, man. It's the
I just
wrong
feel
one.
that they could have made this game not Metroid, and it would have been something entirely different. But here's the thing: I'm not bashing this game. It might actually be fun. It might be a fun multiplayer game.
Why just call it Federation
I don't know
Force?
I don't know, but it just looks weird to me. It's like chibi, cutesy style.
The graphics are not to be.
It's very odd.
Wanting too.
It's seeing Metroid Federation Force and seeing the Metroid series go in this direction is probably one of the weirdest things I've seen to come out of the Nintendo's assembly line so far. So I wasn't too happy about it. I'm not disappointed because there was really nothing to get disappointed about other than, hey, this isn't really a Metroid game I would want to play. So Nintendo's conference really didn't show anything that I was looking forward to playing. James mentioned it before. Where's Pokemon?
Where's
F-Zero? Where's like these
Where's
series
Charizard?
that
I
needs?
loved F-Zero.
Because people are still. I don't play Pokemon anymore, but
do.
I mean, it would be a great
I
thing.
do. I love it.
Well, there's nothing
I
wrong
sit
with
in my
that.
work truck all day and I play on my.
Listen, there's nothing wrong. I'm just saying that there's so many things that Nintendo could be utilizing. So without talking
Pokemon
about
Silver.
Nintendo too much, I really don't think
I just
that.
quote Lugia.
I don't think they used their time well. So I'm hoping that throughout the year we're going to
Actually,
release
from what I'm
more
hearing, they
stuff.
are coming out with a new Pokemon Stadium.
I didn't hear that at all.
It's coming out
Yeah,
next
I've
year,
heard
but
that.
from what I hear, they're making
And
it.
why did they? Did you see the
I
whole
want
press
to see
conference?
Snap.
What, Nintendo's?
Yeah.
Yeah, I even
What
saw.
was with the puppet intro? Did you see that?
was
That
funny.
was weird.
That was
It's
funny.
to attract children, Conch.
it was fun.
To attack children.
I guess, but it was like.
You know what I feel like would be a really
But
good
there's
game?
better things to talk about than Nintendo's conference because it really was nothing to talk about, to be honest. And that's sad because it's Nintendo, and I feel like they would have had the most exciting one. I really felt like they were going to have something really cool.
Yeah.
So, but I think they know that now. I hope.
Well, we can talk about The Division has been confirmed for March 8th, and the multiplayer is going to be apparently something very new. And then we can stop talking about The Division and start talking about why you would care when they have Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Ghost Recon Wildlands
Which,
really.
holy that
really
was like
came
the
out of
last
nowhere
thing
for
I
me.
looked at before we went on the show. I was
Yeah.
like, what did I miss from E3? And oh my God, I'm glad I caught that. It looks amazing.
It looks
You're
great.
fighting Mexican drug lords. And it's got, oh God, it's just, oh
Hey,
my
drug
God.
lords.
It was also
So good.
It was also the best trailer at E3. It might have been one of the best trailers because the way they did the trailer with the transitions of the blood and into the gameplay,
Oh,
into
great.
the cinematics, it was gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
It had me so attracted to the screen while watching the Ghost Recon game because we were just saying at break we did not expect Ghost Recon to be something that was going to entice us at all.
It's a break.
You know? So what?
Oh, wait, is that your sign for a break? Yeah? Okay. That was the whoops, but we got to take a break anyway. We're going to take one more super quick break. We're going to come back and talk about E3, all that fun stuff. It's really quick. Just hang out 3 seconds. Black Ops 3 is coming.
Yeah.
I'm a little pumped for that. We'll explain why in the future.
Call of Duty.
Stay with us. 2 seconds. Be right back.
What's
We're
up,
not
guys?
talking about
It's
Black
Scannell
Ops, are we?
here, and we're here with Enravio. if they catch you at a show with one of these bracelets, you will win $100.
That's a lot of money.
So get a bracelet.
Do whatever it takes to get that. Hit them up online.
This is Joe Larson. You should check out the 505 on Racing Show live every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or catch us on video on demand anytime, 24/7, only on the InRadio TV network.
Welcome back. Save and continue. We're still talking about video games tech. E3 recap episode, basically. So pumped for a lot of these things. Again, we've been talking about The Division and Wildlands, Ghost Recon, Fallout 4 looks amazing. Let's talk about a few more games before we have to go. Real quick, Doom is back. They released a trailer for it, or the gameplay for it. Looks gorgeous. I'm really excited. I loved Doom 3.
Doom was great.
Doom was great. There's not much more that they showed us that looks too exciting besides the fact that it's back. It looks great. It's gory as all hell, and I'm very much looking forward to it.
Blood.
I have a comment.
Great game. You have a comment about Doom?
I do.
He's got a comment about
I do.
Doom.
Another shooter.
It's doomed.
It's another shooter.
So?
It's just another shooter. I love FPS, but when the Doom presentation came out, it looks good, but come on, is there anything we haven't seen before?
Why did that's what I just said.
So what do you want to see?
It's like...
That's what I just said. You're not playing Doom for the innovation of it.
know.
You're playing
Doom for Doom.
Yeah,
Doom.
but it was really, like, it looks like such a snooze fest to me.
I don't play it.
I'm not.
There you go.
I'm not going to play it.
Problem solved.
Problem solved. The Last Guardian is alive. Oh my God, it's alive.
Yeah, oh my, how do we forget about
I'm so
that?
happy. I don't know if anybody else cares about it, but they've been teasing that game. Like, they didn't announce it like 2 E3s ago. They showed footage of that, and we've heard nothing about it.
It was 2.
Again, we really know nothing more about it today.
It was supposed to come out for PS3.
Except the fact that it exists, and it's coming out, and I'm super excited for it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the build-up that they've just built, maybe something like that. Maybe it's just that the fact that it has that me so interested in it. But I'm super pumped. I can't believe it.
Well,
Doom for Xbox was butt.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, again,
Thank you.
I'm not defending the quality of Doom. I'm saying that for nostalgia purposes, I'm very excited.
Listen,
for
if
Doom
it wasn't for id Software's tech being so kick-ass, they wouldn't be in the business right
Guilty
now.
pleasures,
They're
man.
not
We
making
are all
any
allowed
games
them.
worth playing.
We
I'm
are
sorry,
all
they're
allowed
not.
guilty pleasure.
Except
Let's
me.
talk about Mirror's Edge Catalyst, because that was another game I was super duper excited to see is getting as a sequel as Mirror's Edge.
Isn't that the one that me, you, and Chris used to play?
Which that's the free running one.
Yeah,
where everything
yeah.
was super colorful and a few changes though. Faith, the main character, is no longer
Chinese.
You are no longer Chinese.
Korean.
She is.
They got
Come on,
Cyrus.
is she
Oh, first off,
I have no idea. They all
let's
look the same to
this is just a great coincidence. This is a side-by-side picture. On the left is executive vice president of EA, the very evil corporation, and on the right over there,
Wait,
is the main villain from Mirror's Edge Catalyst. I just want to
Look, it looks like Dr. Evil,
Yeah,
doesn't
it
it?
does. I just want to point out the crazy similarities between these bad guys, and just be, like that to me is it's hysterical. They're so similar, and EA's evil, so it's just great. It just hits it on every point. But yeah, basically they're saying one of the big features that they stripped is basically Faith, your main character as a protagonist, will no longer be able to pick up weapons in the game. Can't pick up guns. Okay, you see, I said that at first as well, but one of the most satisfying parts of Mirror's Edge to me was fighting these bad guys, knocking the guns out of their hand, picking up the gun and then
then
going,
shooting him in the face.
No, and then going, no, I don't need it, because Mirror's Edge was
No,
never
we're
about
not
guns.
going in that route?
No, not at all.
Oh.
I don't think you played Mirror's Edge then, because that's you could not have said that. They basically give you the option to pick up the gun and then not use it, because the guns in the game were clunky.
They were novelty.
They were the novelty. You really weren't supposed to use them.
Yeah.
One of the best achievements in the game was to go through the whole thing without killing anyone, or without using a gun as well. So the fact that they stripped away your ability to pick up guns, it kind of ruins it for me, because I really enjoyed the act of picking up a gun and then going, I know I can use this, I know it's usable and playable, but I choose not to.
That's a really good point.
That's not what the game is about.
That's a good point.
And I get why they did it. They're like, no, that's the exact point. It's not about the guns. They're saying that they're trying to focus on the free running and the hand-to-hand combat. And I feel like having the option to use a gun and not use it only accentuated that point. And I'm a little disappointed by that.
Yeah.
A lot of major publications are very supportive of this, and they're like, oh, that's a great idea. You don't need the guns anyway. But I disagree. I thought that was a very big feature to me that I very much enjoyed doing. And I think a lot of Mirror's Edge players would agree with me on that.
I didn't think of it like that. See, I didn't give much attention to Mirror's Edge because you obviously loved it a lot more. I liked it. It was cool, but I didn't spend enough time with it. But I could see how that could be disappointing to somebody.
It was. Yeah. Again, because if you ever used the gun in Mirror's Edge, there was just no point. It was clunky. You could barely shoot.
It's the idea that you can do it.
Exactly.
I know exactly what you're saying.
You could pick it up, and I could literally point at a bad guy and go, nope, I'm just going to hand-to-hand combat.
Not
today. Yeah, exactly. You're not this lucky.
You're not worth my buckshot.
Joking.
Exactly. And so it was a little bit of a hit in the chest there for me.
Now, something I want to talk about too,
Sure.
and I want to be super brief about it because I could talk about this
Super
too
brief.
much. Halo 5.
Oh God, yeah, be brief about this.
Yeah, Halo 5.
We could do a whole
I will,
episode on
yeah.
Halo 5.
All right, I'm going to say this about Halo 5. The campaign demonstration looked good.
Crap.
I wasn't super. You saw it, didn't you?
I did, but I'm just going everything.
Oh, yeah. Me and James talked about it in the car, but the Halo 5's demonstration showing off the campaign a bit. It looks to me like.
I like the fact that you got the split, just like 2.
Yeah, well,
2 was my favorite one.
Yeah, but
let's see what he has to say.
Talking about the actual footage that they showed of the campaign level. I got excited about it, but I wasn't overly excited about it. I didn't find it underwhelming. I just found it was like, okay, it looks like it's meeting my expectations. And it's looking to be what I wanted Halo Reach to be in campaign. So it's going.
You mentioned that, yeah.
It's going in the right direction for me. I'm happy what I'm seeing with Halo 5, and that's pretty much all I have to say about it. With that said, the new mode that they added, I'm even more excited about. 12-on-12 Halo is something I've wanted for years.
With the
Is that Warzone?
Inside.
It's Warzone.
Warzone, yeah.
They're kind of
With
mixing
the AIs
together.
inside.
Yeah,
They're mixing together firefight and big team battle.
They were going to have that in Reach, if I'm not mistaken. They were going to have AI.
They were going to have it,
multiplayer.
but they never did.
They had a firefight mode in Reach that incorporated some PvP with PvE. It wasn't nearly the same thing, but it was similar. I'm happy they're going in this direction because actually it was weird. A couple of years ago, I had the same idea in my head for making Invasion very much like how Warzone is playing out now. So I'm happy they're having this mode. It's probably been my favorite thing to play when Halo 5 comes out. There's a couple things that I've been seeing in the mode that I would change personally, and maybe it will change by the time of release. But I'm looking forward to Halo 5 just as much as I was before, if not more. And that's pretty much it. It's on the right track.
You hooked me with Nathan Fillion. We talked about this already, but basically I was like, yeah, Frankie, I'm pumped
Dude, you
for
gotta
Halo.
love Buck.
I'm super excited. I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of excited.
Yeah.
And then he sends me a picture on Facebook, and it's just a screenshot of what Buck, who is played by Nathan Fillion, both voice and face. And I was like, all right, you got me. I love it.
Yeah,
Go with awareness. Mirror's Edge looks really sharp. See what I did there? You are one clever SOB.
Clever girl.
Clever girl. Yep. I cannot wait to go see Jurassic Park.
Oh, we doing that?
Let's talk about a few more things. You know what? We're gonna bullet off a couple things that got announced.
Rapid fire.
Knights of the Old Republic MMO is getting a new. It's an expansion or a a new game?
It's an expansion.
It's an expansion.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping it changes it because I purchased Star Wars. Actually, I purchased Star Wars Galaxies when that was out, and I loved it until they
I hear
nerfed
Knights
it.
of the Old Republic for PC is ridiculous.
It's great. Oh,
Ridiculous.
the classic? Oh, yeah. Well, you were actually playing Knights of the. You were playing.
We're
Knights
talking
of the
about two
Republic.
different Knights of the Republic. I played the RPG one player, single player RPG.
Yeah.
James is talking about
I'm talking about the multiplayer.
He's talking about the
online,
MMO.
Yeah, I'm
two different
yeah.
games.
No, yeah, I know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I'm saying you have been playing Knights of the Republic single
but
player.
it's,
I mean,
the
who hasn't
MMO didn't
played
interest
the
me at all.
single player? I love that.
I'm really looking to get hooked on on an MMO. I'm really I'm trying to find that MMO I like, because I tried World of Warcraft, I can't get into it. I tried EVE Online. That's basically a spreadsheet simulator, so that's no fun for me. And I wanted to play Knights of the Old Republic, but it kind of seemed like, I'm kind of happy. I played Star Wars Galaxies, but they nerfed it basically after a while, making it useless to play. So I'm really excited for that.
What'd you guys think of Uncharted 4?
Uncharted 4!
I'm not a big fan of the Uncharted
I've been excited
games.
since Uncharted 2, but yet I haven't played one of them. So, Goat Milk Awareness, you have to type in > and then roulette. And then that will trigger the roulette game, okay? Good luck. A couple of things. Dishonored 2 was announced. Neither of you played that, but I played the first one.
I played Dishonored.
You did? Oh, you did?
Yeah, you made me download it.
Oh, yeah. I loved
You sat me down
Dishonored.
and you said, download this.
At gunpoint.
No, seriously, it was at gunpoint. Actually,
Hey!
at knife point. I don't own guns.
Goat Milk Awareness survived the roulette. Good job, bro. I was ecstatic to see that. It was
I
another,
love
It was
that
another
game.
thing I
still play that game.
It was another thing I just caught before the show started, and I was just super excited to see it. You play as the main character's daughter, and it looks like you're given a whole bunch more abilities. Really, really excited for that. What else we got here? Xbox One is backwards compatible.
Yeah, you can play 360 games now.
I'm gonna let you explain it though, because it's backwards compatible, but it's not truly backwards compatible. Am I right? Because you corrected me the other day on this.
To my knowledge, it's backwards compatible, but they're releasing the games you're actually allowed to play backwards compatible slowly.
Yes.
So there'd be like a list.
So it's a list.
So you're not just gonna get, you can't just get an
So I
update.
can't, let's say I can't throw in like, Force Unleashed, and it's like, oh yeah, you can play
You
that
might
one.
if it's on the list.
If it's on the
I
list.
highly doubt it's gonna be
They're
on the
actually doing a
list.
voting system right now for the first game
Yes,
to be
they are.
released, and guess
Yeah.
what's number 1 on the list?
What?
Red Dead Redemption.
Yo, dude,
I saw that, I was like, ooh.
where's my copy?
Right? I was looking for mine
Where
too.
is my copy?
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah, where's my copy?
I don't know.
That's so funny.
No,
you
it's all right.
said
You can
that.
keep it. I actually downloaded a digital copy.
good.
I lent my copy to somebody, and the other day I was looking for it, and I was just like, son of a... There's nothing I would rather play right now than...
Crunch. Actually, I downloaded it twice on my hard drive from the one that you have.
You jerk.
I
And
swear.
What were you going to say?
Final Fantasy VII.
Final Fantasy VII.
Did we talk about this already?
Well, you just talked about...
Not enough.
Not enough.
You just
we're
talked
spinning
about
back.
how you don't believe you can appreciate the excitement over Shenmue 3, though you're not really dedicated to the series. And I feel the same way about
Sounds like
Final
you're saying
Fantasy.
Shenmue.
Why are Final Fantasy? This is what we'll recap on. This is what we'll wrap up the show on. Why are Final Fantasy players so excited about this? Because whenever I see it on the internet, it's like it's a holy crap. It's I can't believe it. It's oh my god, it's finally happening. What is such a big deal about this?
It's definitely the nostalgia factor more than anything, I believe.
Oh, sure, but when I
even
say
talking about
Doom-
myself. It's my first Final Fantasy, like I was saying before.
That Doom's crap.
But seeing that game, because this was
I need
almost...
Ogwa.
Final Fantasy VII came out in 1997. So
Jeez.
this is going to be probably around 20 years old when the
I was
remake comes
7
out.
years old.
To see the technological leap and to see the scenes, because this is the thing with Final Fantasy VII that not everybody really gets unless they play the game. It's not all dark and brooding and gritty. It's also kind of silly in some points. So there's actually a
A lot of
scene.
love involved.
There's a scene where Cloud is cross-dressing, and he needs to get into this.
Silly Japanese.
The dude is like he's almost like a pimp. I forget. He's not really a pimp, but I forget what you call him. But he needs to pretty
Sugar
much
daddy.
infiltrate the place as
Yeah.
a woman. He's a
sugar
He's a
daddy.
sugar daddy. Yeah, he's a sugar daddy. Sure. And he has to infiltrate the place
right,
as a
Wayne
woman.
Brady.
And it kind of plays off that. It plays off that pretty boy anime trope that the men in anime or Japanese video games, they're so pretty that they can play off like a chick. So
Gender is so confusing.
It's gonna be
Sword Art Online
I have the
2
weirdest
in a
boner
nutshell.
right now.
I don't want to
Like,
talk
it's
about
that
it.
kind of thing.
I don't want to talk about it.
But
We're going through that
it's
currently.
going to be funny seeing these scenes updated 20 years later in Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII, to wrap it up, it has a lot of heart in it. It does have a few things that some people would agree are maybe not the greatest, but there's a lot of time to update on old, things.
I saw a side-by-side pic of what they were showing at E3 and what was the original Final Fantasy VII, and it's pretty gargantuan.
Yeah.
It's not like you're going from a
like that
remake
word.
of Resident Evil on GameCube to the new consoles.
Right.
It's vastly different.
Yeah. So
but
it's-
God, you know what? We got to wrap things up. Again, we didn't get to. I knew we weren't going to get through everything because there's just so much to talk about. Basically, to summarize, Fallout 4, Halo 5. Ghost Recon Wildlands, Battlefront, all these games you should be paying attention to. Uncharted. We didn't get to talk about No Man's Sky. I love the footage they showed for that.
I was going to bring that up too.
We'll talk about it next week.
I'm going to go hang
Thank you so
myself.
much for joining us. Go to inravio.com/gaming to check out all of our stuff. Inravio.com to check us out on demand. Go to twitch.tv/Chainsaw Academy
You're
to
gonna
follow
see me
us
on
there.
Twitch.
Hit that follow button. Thank you so much for joining. To everyone chatting, you guys are awesome. We will see you next Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only at inravio.com/gaming. Have a great week.
Bye now. Thank you. Come again.